Greetings, prospecting champions. Welcome to a transformative episode of Prospecting Primacy. On The Simple Truth with Stuart, I'm your host, Stuart, and today we're elevating your approach with enhanced marketing strategies. Get ready for a dynamic discussion that will revolutionize the way you prospect and attract clients. Now, have you ever felt like prospecting efforts are hitting a plateau, leaving you wondering how to break through to the next level? Well, we've all been there, but fear not. In this episode, we're not just talking about prospecting. We're providing you with the tools and strategies to take your efforts to new heights. Consider your roadmap to prospecting success and client attraction mastery. Think of this as your personal masterclass, where we'll unveil the secrets to crafting compelling marketing strategies that capture attention and drive engagement. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these insights will empower you to stand out in the crowd market and win over your ideal clients. From leveraging social media to mastering the art of storytelling, we'll explore the cutting-edge techniques that will set you apart as a prospecting powerhouse. Because in the competitive world of real estate, the way you market yourself can make all the difference. So, find a comfortable spot, perhaps with a notepad and pen, ready to jot down key insights. And let's dive into prospecting primacy, elevating your approach with enhanced marketing strategies. This is The Simple Truth with Stuart, where we believe that proactive prospecting is the key to unlocking your full potential as a real estate professional. One of the greatest challenges that I've found that my clients have got is understanding what is prospecting and what is marketing. And when I've got clients that I sit with and I help them through this particular process, it reminded me of many years ago. I was going in for a contract with a client that wanted to open up franchises. And one of the questions that this individual asked me was, Stuart, what's the difference between sales and marketing? And at the time, I thought it was quite a silly question because for me, my answer was very straightforward. Well, sales is money coming into the company and marketing is money going out of the company as far as your income and expenses. And he asked me a few questions thereafter, but he could clearly see that I understood the difference between sales and marketing. But when I've asked this question to so many clients of mine, suddenly that question jumped in the back of my head. Many people don't understand the difference. You see, for many people, they perceive sales as marketing, and they need to do the marketing and they'll get money from doing the marketing. And suddenly it became quite apparent. The understanding of sales and marketing is not that simple. You see, in order to do sales, well, sales don't just happen on its own. What have you got to do before sales? And this is where the trick came in. For many of my clients, they didn't know what to do before the sales. Marketing, well, that's fairly straightforward and easy. I can do a social media ad, I can do a flyer, I can do an email. There's so many ideas to do marketing. However, to get the sale was the challenge. And this is what I shared with a lot of my clients is, well, you need to be doing prospecting. You see, prospecting will lead to sales. And that's ultimately what you need to incorporate in your business. And then they'll ask me, Stuart, but what is prospecting? Just to find that a bit further. Well, if you think of mining, miners go out and they prospect for diamonds. They prospect for gold. They prospect for minerals. You see, the diamond, the gold, the minerals, that is what they can sell. And that's what's going to generate them their revenue. So why is it so important to understand the differences? Well, the reason we need to do that is because don't understand the prospecting side of it, or they feel it's hard work, they move straight to marketing. And they expect with all their marketing that they're actually going to start generating sales by itself. And unfortunately, prospecting has to come into it. You see, when I describe this to so many clients, Marketing is like throwing out a net, a wide net, hoping to catch a fish or two. Now, in that net, small fish can swim straight through it. Bigger fish could actually break a hole in it and get out. But it's the ones in the middle that'll get captured. But then it's the hard work of actually bringing it in and then going through the fish to find out if they're the right regulation sizes. So marketing is throwing out the net. Prospecting is now getting your hands and taking the fish out of the net and making sure that they fit within the regulation size. So that's just a metaphor that you can understand the difference. But why should we be doing both? Why can't we just do marketing because it's easier? Why can't we just leave out the prospecting? Because that means it's hard work. Well, at the end of the day, we need to have belly to belly conversations. We need to have that voice to ear conversation. We need to understand the wants and the needs to be able to offer our products and services. That is prospecting. And we need to do that to convert a lead into a sale. So, what I want to talk about today is one, prospecting. You need to make sure that you're prospecting focused every single day. Many people call it lead generation. Well, that's exactly what it is. You see, prospecting is trying to generate leads. So you need to be prospecting every single day. You need to focus on that. However, you need to have marketing enhanced. So when you put the two together, you're going to create an extremely powerful part of your business. One, it's going to start to get that awareness out. It's going to start to generate those leads, and you're going to be able to convert those into sales. So let's talk about a few little areas that we can actually dig into. When we look at prospecting, as I mentioned, is what I like to call belly to belly or mouth to ear. So it's words to hearing. And it is so important to have the conversations. It's conversations that are in your industry. That's so important. And ultimately, if the person that you're speaking to is not ready to buy your product or your service, well, then what you need to do is you need to incorporate certain scripts that's going to ask, well, do you know anybody else? So that you can get a referral. And through that referral, that becomes a lead. You can then start having those conversations again. So it's so important to be doing that every single day. Now, I'll say this with my clients, prospecting. You should be doing a minimum of 2 hours of prospecting every single day. And if you really want to be successful, you're going to push it to 3 hours. But what are you going to do in that prospecting? Because you could say that I'm prospecting for 2 hours, but I don't get to speak to anybody. So in coaching, what we do is we take that time frame of 2 to 3 hours and we break it down to a metric of how many conversations are you going to have with potential leads. And that is really going to be the key to your prospecting. So what you need to be doing is sitting down and saying, right, how many conversations do I want to have with potential leads in a particular prospecting session? That's going to be so important because it could take you a half an hour. If you had set yourself a goal to do 10 conversations and you did that in a half an hour, well, guess what? You've hit your metric for the day. And I'm almost certain that if you hit that particular metric, you're going to get appointments. And those appointments will then lead to potential sales. If in those 2 to 3 hours you don't get it, do you just stop and say, well, hey, bad day? No. You carry on until that metric is achieved. That's one of the keys to prospecting. It's not so much saying, I'm doing 2 to 3 hours of prospecting or lead generating. It's what is the metric? Have you achieved that particular metric? Is it 10 conversations? Is it 20 conversations? Is it 50 conversations? And they've got to be related conversations. If the individual is not ready to buy or to use your service, can they give you a referral? Simple as that. And if they can't, you just simply ask, well, do you mind if I give you a contact in about 3 to 6 months' time? And they can go back into your cycling and you'll make contact with them on an ongoing basis. So prospecting is something that you need to focus on every single day. Speak to the people that you know and just have a simple conversation with them. Find out if they know anybody that is looking to use your product or service going into the future. So, prospecting, make sure you're prospecting focused every single day. Whereas with marketing, you could actually do once a week. You could actually outsource that to a marketing agency that can do it for you. And by doing that, you're enhancing your prospecting. Now, let's give a bit of a definition around prospecting and marketing. You see, prospecting, it doesn't cost you any money. Just remember that. It's for free. That's why you can do it every single day. It does take your time because you have to do the activity. This is the part that people don't like. But for giving your time, you will get immediate results. By having that conversation with somebody, they will be able to say to you, yes, I'm interested. No, I'm not. You get an immediate result out of it. So prospecting doesn't cost you money. It only costs you time. And that's why we need to do it every single day. Whereas with marketing does cost you money. If you really want to make an impact, marketing is going to cost you money. Why? Well, you want to build up your brand, you want to build awareness, and you want to put it into social media, you want to get out there. But it's something that you could do once a week or outsource that. So that's costing you money, but it's saving you on time. That is why people love doing it, because we can do marketing once a week because it's fun. However, because it doesn't cost us a lot of time, the results, they are long-term results. You see, when you send out a marketing campaign, you don't, the day you press that button, suddenly get responses and your phone starts ringing. Generally, what happens is it may take a day, it may take a week, it may take a month before you get any kind of feedback. You may send out 10,000, whether it's email, messages, whatever it is on the campaign, but you might only get 2 responses coming back. So one thing you must remember, prospecting, zero cost, does take time, immediate results. Marketing, it costs you money, but it does save you time, but it's long-term results that you get out of it. And it's that long-term results is where it confuses with so many people. You see, we want instant gratification. We want to do something and we want to get the result now. So ultimately what happens is we do a marketing campaign, we throw some money at it, and we feel this is fantastic. I'm going to be, and then there's no responses. So you do one of 2 things. Either you throw more money at it, or you've got no more money. So you stop it altogether. And ultimately, you're actually sitting in a position where you've been so focused on your marketing that you get 0 results. And then you've got to be sitting back and go, now what do I do? And that's been the question that so many people come through to me. So I want to dig into a little bit of marketing and to give you something that is going to be marketing enhanced on your prospecting. Remember, every single day, 2 to 3 hours, it's the metric that matters. How many conversations that you're having to get those appointments. That's what you need to be doing every single day. But when it comes to marketing, so many times people just do blanket marketing. They're not being very specific to the audience that they're working with. Now, I've broken down marketing into 3 different stages, and at each stage, you're doing a different style of marketing. Now, some of this marketing is going to be social media. Some of this marketing will be with events and social events, networking, etc. Some you can do on messaging. Some you can do on emails and flyers, etc. Remember, it's not just one marketing method, it's a variety of marketing methods. So there are 3 stages of marketing that I've identified. Now, the very first stage is what I refer to as the awareness stage. And the awareness stage is typically a very big net. Why? Because these are people that you don't know and they don't know you. So you've got to throw that net far and wide on that. And ultimately, what you're wanting to do when you're doing awareness, there's three subcategories in the awareness of stage one. The first is yourself. You need to do marketing about yourself. Who are you? Having your face, having your details, having your credentials, having your authenticity out there. So, number one of the subcategories of the awareness is marketing of yourself. So people know who you are. The second is the marketing of your company. Now, that gives you some kind of credibility because it might be a big company, it might be a new company, but you need to then start linking the two together. But what do you do with the company? Well, you talk about the company's values. You start talking about their value proposition and exactly why they're in business so that people can really feel the company. So you've got you as the brand, your face, making that awareness, the company, so that you can get that value proposition out there so that people can really feel you. And the last is your products and your services. And that should be last. Don't start with your products and services. Because ultimately, when you start doing the branding and you start doing the marketing of those three elements, so you, the company, and your products and services, you've got yourself a complete package. So somebody out there who doesn't know who you are suddenly sees, hey, there's a marketing campaign about you. Oh, I'm interested in you. Then there's a marketing campaign about the company. Wow, that company, it really sings true to me of who I am. And then it goes through to the different products and the services that you offer. So that everything comes together. And that builds the awareness. So that's the first stage. And these are for people that you don't know. They're not in your database. It is the widest net that you're going to throw. In fact, awareness is the most expensive. So you must be aware of that because you need to get to the widest possible audience, whether it's a target audience, the widest possible audience, and these people don't know you, so it's going to cost you the most. The second stage is what I like to call the development stage. Now, the development stage is when somebody potentially has made contact with you. It's a lead. So you've got an incoming lead, you've got their details, but they've never done any business with you. They've never touched your products or your services at all. They know who you are, but they don't know exactly what to do to close a particular sale with you. So with these particular audience, you see, you've got them in your hands. What you need to do is you need to be marketing them so that they can be more aware of your products and your services. You see, you don't have to make awareness of who you are. You don't have to make awareness of the company because they're already in that particular circle. But you continue your marketing with your products and your services. So there is an overlap from stage one to stage two, but it's developing it and it's taking it beyond. Now, this particular audience is much narrower. You see, these people, you have their details. You can actually do it on email campaigns. You can do it on newsletters, flyers, giving them direct messages. In fact, you can start prospecting to them. You're starting to create it and you're starting to develop them. So that is why marketing enhanced, you build that awareness, they start getting in those leads. The second stage is development so that you can start building and they get to know more about you, what your products are, what your services are, so that they can get to the point to do a transaction with you. And that leads us to the final stage. And the final stage is the ongoing stage. You see, so many times we have a client that buys from us or uses our service, and that's where it stops. You see, the ongoing stage is every person that has made a sale or that has used your service. It's these individuals that we need to have ongoing communications with. You see, ongoing communications with them, with marketing, it's sharing success stories. It's getting to know them at a different level. It's wanting to become friends with them, building those stronger relationships with them. Because ultimately, what's going to happen through the third stage of marketing and its ongoing communications, emails, calls, messages, all of these, when you're doing that on an ongoing basis, what you're going to start to build and what you're going to start to develop is a very powerful database. And that particular database is going to start giving you repeat business. It's going to start giving you referral business. And that's when your business will really start to grow. And the prospecting, well, then it's a lot easier. You're still going to be prospecting to them, but they already know who you are. They know the products that you deliver. They know the services that you have. They know your value proposition. They know why you're doing everything. And you're just going to continue that relationship with them on an ongoing basis. So you make sure that you can see that you are prospecting focused, but marketing enhanced. Prospecting, really, it's getting those conversations, hitting those metrics every single day. And if you're starting out, start with speaking to 2 people every day. And when you feel comfortable with that, move it to 3 people. Start small and grow it from there, because you're going to find that you'll start to enjoy it. Why? You get the immediate results and you're going to start to see those transactions coming through. But then you go marketing enhanced. And what you can do is, once you've got a client base, you can actually start marketing via stage 2, which is the development side. You can actually implement marketing, there's development marketing to your existing database of people that haven't purchased from you, and you start building from them. The budget is much smaller. You can manage it because you're being very specific, and let that grow into clients. And once you've got clients, guess what? It starts to generate revenue that you can then feed into stage 1 of building awareness. Make sure that you've got the budgets in place. It is so, so important. And once you're doing this, you're going to find that you are building your business. And your business, it's not about the products and services. It's about the relationships that you have with your clients. Whether it's to build that relationship with awareness so they get to know more about you, or it's to actually build those relationships so that you get the repeat and the referral business. You see, your business is so built around customers. And ultimately, the only way that you are going to make an unknown person into a potential lead, to an appointment, to a sale, to a client, is through prospecting. You've got to have those conversations. So the big key here today, make sure that you're prospecting focused every single day, and your marketing is enhancing your prospecting once a week, maybe even outsourced. It's so important to see how that grows and helps you in your business.
This is Stuart signing off until next time. Keep it simple, keep it real, and let's conquer prospecting together. Remember, in the realm of prospecting, innovation and authenticity are your greatest allies.